Welcome back. A 19-year-old man shot in Flamingo Gardens on Friday, the 25th of July. He died in hospital on Monday, becoming the 51st person killed in the country this year. Police initial reports say the victim, who was originally thought to be a juvenile, was shot following an argument with another male over money. He was in hospital in critical condition before succumbing to his injuries. Police investigating a sexual assault case, that incident taking place on Sunday in the Gregory Street area. That's near the C.C. Sweeting High School. Police say sometime around noon, the female victim was leaving a dormitory after inquiring about a friend when a male known to her forced her into his dorm and sexually assaulted her against her will. The investigations continue into that matter as well. A man and a woman are in police custody for gun possession. Shortly after 9 p.m. on Monday, officers proceeded to a residence on Matthew Street where they executed the search warrant. During the search, a firearm and a quantity of ammunition they were found, which led to the arrest of the male, 40 years old, and the female, who was 46 years old. The government has introduced legislation aimed at ending the long-standing issues surrounding land confusion and disputes in the Bahamas. Attorney General Senator Ryan Pinder led debate on the Registered Land Bill 2025 and the Land Adjudication Bill 2025 in the Senate. Together, they aim to create a modern centralized land registry replacing the current deeds-based system.
For example, there are too many cases where individuals, acting on the advice of an attorney, have paid monies out, but have found themselves without the land they intended to acquire.
Mr. Pinder says the state of land holdings in the Bahamas is precarious, confusing, and far less than desirable. And there are too many cases where individuals have paid monies, but found themselves without the land they intended to acquire. Under the new system, all property ownership, boundaries, and rights would be recorded in a digital government registry. The adjudication bill will also allow land disputes to be resolved by an independent panel. Pinder says after decades of nothing, the time for reform is now.
Yes, we know this is a big project. We know it's a big project. And we know it's a complex project. And the implementation is going to be complex. But we're not scared of complex things. We could walk and chew gum. We are confident that we will get it done. In fact, my goal, I always like to set goals, right? I remember an old political mentor of mine used to say, Ryan, speak it into existence, right? And keep speaking about it, and speak it into existence, and speak it into existence. And so you got to speak it into existence. My goal would be to start land adjudications in the Q1 of 2026.
The Attorney General says it is the government's goal to start land adjudication by the first quarter of 2026. Meanwhile, the opposition supports the bills. However, leader of opposition business in the Senate, Darren Henfield, said the FNM supports modernizing land dealings, but at the end of the day, such a system must be built on a foundation of unequivocal and absolute trust, transparency, and integrity if it is going to be embraced by the Bahamian people and foreigners who conduct land transactions in the Bahamas, as the business of land dealings has become stigmatized by corruption and underhanded dealings over the periods. A big transformation is on the way for the Blackpoint Airport in the Exumas following the signing of an $18 million renovation contract at the Office of the Prime Minister. Abaco Aggregate and Cement Company set to nearly double the length of the existing runway to 5,000 feet. Other planned upgrades include solar lighting, fresh asphalt paving, striping, and perimeter fencing, all designed to meet international aviation standards. President of Abaco Aggregate and Cement Company, Keno Simmons, was asked about the labor component for that project.
So at the peak of the project, we should have about 60 local Bahamians working. So that would be employees and subcontractors. So the answer is yes, we will have some subcontractors. But when we talk about persons on the ground, we're looking at Bahamians, and peak, we're looking at about 60.
Construction is expected to begin in September with an expected 12-month timeline. And that'll do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jareno Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us.
Segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.